All right, so let's go ahead and look at an example of how we can verify that the slope for 2 points on a line are going to be the same. And the way we're going to do that today is we're going to use similar right triangles. So remember, similar shapes have the same shape, but their sizes are proportional. So we're going to establish that the slope for point P is the same as the slope for point R, which is the same as the slope for point T. All right, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to compare the slope of PR and the slope of RT. Now, we've talked before about how PR and RT are both just line segments, and they're part of the greater line PT. All right, so if they are on the same line, then we can go ahead and say they're the same. But let's go ahead and prove that mathematically. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to start with line PR. It says which proportion can be used to show that the slope of PR, line PR, that little line above it is the symbol we use for line, is equal to the slope of RT. All right, so I'm going to start off by labeling point P. So point P is located at -7. It's the X value. The Y value would be 7. And then point R is going to be -4. And 3 would be the Y. All right, so we're talking about slope. So I'm going to go ahead and write my slope formula. M equals Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's label our ordered pair. We'll label -7 and 7 as X1, Y1. And we'll label -4 and 3 as X2, Y2. Remember, our labels tell us exactly where we're going to be substituting our numbers into our formula. Now, looking at our formula, let's go ahead and substitute these values in and see if they're going to match any of these. All right, so we have Y2 equals 3 minus Y1, which is 7, over -4 minus -7. All right, so looking at our answer choices, 3 minus 7 over -4 minus -7, right? So that checks out. This one says 3 minus -4. So it looks like, unfortunately, they just did Y2 minus X2. So we can eliminate G. H says -4 minus -7. All right, so they actually did X2 minus X1 on the top. So they flipped those. So we can eliminate that one. And then the last one has -4 minus -3 over -7 minus 7. All right, so it looks like they even got the sign wrong on that last one. All right, so there is only one answer choice that will show that correct setup. Let's go ahead and verify that these slopes are in fact equal though. All right, so that was for PR. Let's go ahead now and look at RT. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. R is already labeled for us with -4 and 3. So let's go ahead and label the ordered pair for T. X would be 2, and our Y value would be -5. All right, we're going to label these with X1, Y1, and X2, Y2. I like to go left to right. Let's make sure. So let's substitute M equals Y2, so -5, minus Y1, which is 3, over X2, so 2 minus X1, which is -4. So we can see that their setup on the right matches ours as well. So we know 100% that our answer is F. All right, and we use this to show that the points, no matter where they fall, as long as they're on this same line, they're going to have an equal slope.